YouTube. What's good, everybody? Aphectz. Today I'm back with another video. Now today we got nickel 335 pass defense. We're just gonna go over a little bit of run defense out of A slot, and then we're gonna get to the pass defense out of A slot, trips, head in, and the munch, right? So first things first, right? Shout out to y'all, appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I've been buying the ebook. I'm saying a few of y'all sub to the Patreon, and a few more y'all bought it off of PayHip. Now the offense will be coming out on Patreon in like a day and a half, and then the PayHip will probably be up in probably 3 days. So yeah, because I'll be releasing the offense as Patreon, and like basically because I could do it video by video, and then I have to put it all together and then make one big video for PayHip, right? So yeah, shout out to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? What Denzel Washington said trading day, he said, "My nigga." When I seen a few of y'all started buying, I'm like, that shit crazy, because I only pictured like four people really buying that joint, because it was like a couple of people that asked on the YouTube. I was like, yo, make the ebook. I was like, okay, he probably gonna buy it. You know, couple my boy Aaron, he always be supporting. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Aaron. But yeah, let's get into it. So you know what I'm saying, it was more than expected. So it was more than expected. It made me realize, like, I could actually, you know what I'm saying, put out ebooks for 5 cash. You know what I'm saying? That's light cheese, bro. Easy money, extra money coming in, don't hurt nobody. So boom, right there. We're gonna go over inside zone out of A slot, nickel 335 normal. We're gonna go over how to pass defense and run defense. Simple setup. As you can see, I was already heating up. I'm already heated up because I was labbing, but it's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna make me force fumbles. It doesn't change the defense, right? Defense is simple. All you want to do is press, shift your D line away from the nickel corner, and then crash your defensive line up. Sit right here, man up yourself to the running back. All you want to do is man up the nickel corner to the X receiver, just in case they run a passing play. But usually on first and second down, they're gonna run. Even on third down, they're gonna run. They're just gonna try to run it down your neck. First thing most people are gonna do is they're gonna run out. They're gonna come out of inside zone. All you want to do is basically just come right there. I didn't get it that time, but basically you just want to come down there and then just tackle him, hit stick him, whatever you want to do. Shift away, press, crash up, man yourself up to the running back, and then just sit right here. This is the spot right here. Run down, boom, easy money. Every single time, that's all it is, and it's a simple setup. Press, shift away, crash up. You don't even have to man up yourself to the running back, and you don't have to man this up to that guy if you're too slow on adjustments. But if not, boom, right there, and you just kill him every time, right? So kill him every time, easy money, right? Now, right, for 0-1 trap, you just do the same way, right? 0-1 trap is the same thing, except what you're basically what you're paying attention to for 0-1 trap, right? What you're paying attention to for 0-1 trap is, why does my cat do this? You're paying attention to the guard that pulls. You're paying attention to the guard that pulls in 0-1 trap, right? So instead of just going straight down, what you want to do, I'll show you guys right here. Press, crash up, shift. Instead of, because one of these guards are gonna pull, so what you're doing, instead of coming straight down like that, you're gonna basically come down straight, and like straight, like around basically where this D end is going, because this, I think the center or the right guard takes him out of the play, so you basically have a window. There's a window where you can basically sit right here and then kind of loop around here, and you'll get him more in the backfield. But this one right here is a little bit more safer, because you're playing for inside zone and trap, and you can still come down and shoot him in the backfield. Just a little bit more riskier. Thing about trap is actually good versus 3 D line linemen, and inside zone is better than 4. That's what you know what I'm saying, I've noticed. So right here, so they're gonna run trap, you just come right here, and boom, you just come down. Now sometimes that guard will pick you up, and then one of your linebackers will make a play, and they'll get a few yards off of that. But if you can show, that's why you want to set it up every time, and if you can show that you can stop trap, inside zone is easier to stop, because you can even shoot inside zone from here, right? You can basically slide left and crash right, and you can shoot inside zone like that. And it's easier to shoot than trap, right? So boom, right there. I didn't even run. I thought that was trap right there. See what happens? They got a few yards, like what, 5 yards off of that. Because I'm predicting trap. But if they get in 5 yards, it's better than them getting, you know what I'm saying, 15, right? So boom, right there, trap right there. man yourself up to the running back just in case, you know what I'm saying? It gives you a little bit of better boost. You see what happens? I missed him because I went down to the inside zone gap where you shoot inside zone, and then they was able to get like 8 yards off of that. So just be careful. I'll show you guys right here what you actually have to do. Sit right here, and then when he does run it, you just come right there and come right there. Boom. You kind of like loop around the back a little bit, because then you basically letting the guard take the defensive end instead of you. It's a little bit, you got to practice it. You got to basically practice it, but you can either run straight. What did I do? Did I pinch my line? Why is my line not moving? Okay, there we go. Where's my cat tripping right now? Yeah, so instead of going down straight right here, you're just either coming down right here, or you're basically coming down right around this gap right there. And make sure you practice this. Always get into the lab. Boom, right there. I didn't shoot it perfectly, and you still stop them in the backfield easily. And that's how you stop it. So I'll show you guys with the loop right here. You stop it with the loop. So if you loop right there, easy money. The loop is a little bit better. It's a little bit more consistent. But I just wanted to show you guys that you can stop it without the loop. So you're in position to stop inside zone and trap pretty much perfectly. And that's all you want to do. You want to sit right here, and I need to back up a little bit off a defensive end because I got basically bumped on him. Boom, right there. I'll show you guys this one more time. Try to get it in the backfield. Nice clean in the backfield. Boom, right there. Boom, easy money. Nice clean in the backfield, and that's all it is. And it looks clogged, but you got it. It's not going to be clogged like that. It seems clogged, and you're just running in and looping in. So that's how you stop inside zone and off and trap. We'll get into some pass plays right now. Now for pass defense, it's pretty simple for ace offset, because there's not really much they're going to run. They have post and they have level sail. They also have PA post shot and stuff like that. So, right. The only thing you probably got to worry about is the crossing route at a PA post shot, or if they start having route chems and stuff like that. But then it's up to you to basically decide what adjustments you want to make, right? And how to adjust out of everything, right? So same setup: press, shift away, crash up, man yourself up to the running back, man up the nickel corner to the X receiver. And this is if they're running post, right? You know they're running post, right? Because you'll see if the running back's on the angle route or if this tight end goes on a flat route, because usually people run it stock, right? There's other things they can do. They can put the tight end on a drag route and stuff like that, and then put the run it, and then, you know what I'm saying, then they have the drag route and stuff like that. They can do something like this, right? If they have this, they can put this on a drag. But most people want a quick hike you, because after you start setting up for inside zone and offset trap, and Owen trap. So what you want to do, you want to guard the table route. Boom, right there, easy money. Then your pressure is going to come home, because nickel 335 is just glitchy like that, right? So all you want to do is press, crash up, shift away from the D line, and then man up the nickel corner to X, right? Now this is if they run post, right? What you want to look for, you want to guard the middle of the field right here, guard the running back. And then if they decide to throw their flat route late, I'll show you guys right there. So if they decide to throw their flat route late, so let me simulate myself guarding the running back, right? And you're using the running back, so it's an angle route, so you know you can guard it. It's not like you're putting somebody to guard it, right? It's a little bit different. So let's say they didn't hit their read, they do have this right there. Wow, 335 is screaming, right? That's crazy. They didn't even. So they do have their flat route. I'll simulate myself guarding running back again. They do have their flat route right there. Boom, right there. And then if they have an air trucker, they can air truck spin back into the lane for like 5-6 yards. But if they're gonna take that throw for 5-6 yards every time, let them. You know what I'm saying? You know why you let them do that? Because you can also every now and then, just to throw them off guard, but you will get hit over the middle. Just be careful. Just to throw them off guard, you can basically just put the your cornerback in a flat instead of manning him up. And then if you do that, just make sure you got the quick route stopped. So all you want to do, running back route, and then guard the post route. Now, if you want to do that, right, they probably might have you over the top of the head with that post route, but you're taking away their two reads, which is the quick flat route. You take away that read, and then you're taking away the running back read for second. Obviously, you could always basically put this guy in the middle third to just, you know what I'm saying, if you wanted to make this adjustment real quick. Same thing, put that guy in the middle third, or the vert hook in the middle third, because the vert hook versus this play is not really going to do anything. So boom, right there. and now you have everything guarded, right? Easy. That's just a bag, right? So yeah, that's all you have to do. Simple ace slot pass defense. Now versus level sale, they can run level sale, and you do the same exact thing. And the reason why you're doing the same exact thing, you're showing them the same looks. In my defensive ebook that I show you guys, like, one of the key things on becoming a great defensive player, right, is basically giving people the same looks and being able to stop everything out of the same look. Because you're not telegraphing like, all right, I'm selling out for this, I'm selling out for that. Now you can sell out for certain things, and if you stop somebody, you stop them, because at the end of the day, it's all about execution, right? You can know I'm sending pressure at you every single time, but if you can't execute a route combo to attack the pressure, you're not gonna ever get a pass on me. So, but yeah, man up this guy. If you see level sale, right, you see that guy go on a table route, guard it a little bit, then guard everything else, right? It's pretty simple. What you're basically doing is basically an ace slot. There are some good players that run a slot, you know what I'm saying? You can get glitchy with this with route chems and stuff like that, and you can start making up your own route combos. There's a couple things you can do. You can motion snap the corner route versus zone, and then it basically comes in and you can low ball. There's a lot of little stuff you can do out of ace off slot, but most people out of this, they're just gonna run basic stock plays. Like they'll do something like this, right? They'll put the Y on a streak, right? And then for a clear out, and then they might have it up the seam, but if you have a vert hook there, it's not going to be up the seam. But versus like cover 3, they'll have it versus the seam, and then they'll do something like that. But most people run very stock stuff, very basic stuff in ace offset, because they're just trying to run down your neck 20 rushes for a million yards, right? So basically all you want to do is take away their first read with the running back route, guard it for a little bit, then run back into the middle of the field, and whatever route you recognize is developing over the middle. So basically, man this guy up, right? Level sail, guard the running back, boom, got that, foul. And now if they get a low pass on you, like let's say you guard, I'll show you real quick, right? So boom, right here, let's say you guard the table route, and then they have a quick low pass. Because some people will quick snap and low ball pretty much any route on the field, right? So let's say you guard right here, and then they just low pass. That was the wrong route, but yeah, that was the wrong play. But see how easy it is if they switch up the play. You just follow him. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna be level sale, but I just followed him, and I didn't get beat, because it's not. If you have a decently speeded user, it's not really hard to recover off of if you think it's another route. So boom, right here. If let's say they I'll show you guys right here, right? So let's say I go guard the running back, and then they just quickly low ball Y, right? And they get it like 4 yards. They just had a risky throw that they just low balled it without even reading the field or anything. And if that happens, that happens. Now also you have to be worried about the route bounce. What I mean is route bounce is, let's say something like this, level sale, right? Let's say this guy goes out like right there, right? The route bounces, the running back coming. You see how the running back goes back up the field type John. Just be careful about the route bounce, because through zone a lot of times route bounces will get open a lot of the time. Let's say you bag everything, right? I'll show you guys if you bag everything from offensive perspective. So if you bag everything, or if they have it, they also have the scramble, right? So they run like that. But usually, like if there's more space in the field, they do have that running back route bounce. Like let's say everything was I'll show right here. They also have the scramble. Just be careful about that. They do have the scramble. If you don't, obviously the man's not manned up. But like, let's say you do bag everything. Hold on, right here, right? Let's say you do bag everything, right? In level sale, let's say you bag everything. I don't know what to do. They do have the scramble up the middle of the field if they have a fast quarterback. I'm just saying you're gonna have to know what to guard, and then if that happens, put your spy in the DT. Put your DT in spy, and then what happens is I can't really do anything, and then boom, easy money. So that's it for pass defense out of A slot. We'll go over trips and bunch now. All right, now for trips defense, all you want to do, zone drops on 20 to 25, right? I kind of like 20 better than 25. It depends, because with 20 they could lead past the crosser over the guy's head, but with 20 it kind of makes them throw it, you know what I'm saying? At 25, it's right on where the crosser would go, and so they won't even think about throwing it. But it depends. 20, 25, whatever you want to go with. 25 is more recommended, right, for the safer route. Cover 3 cloud. easy. Trips defense, it's pretty simple. But trips defense is the most complicated defense to go against, right? So just remember that it's not really, it's hard to it's pretty hard to guard, right? So right, we'll go over something like this. I don't have X spot in here, so we'll just do over like a little basic setup, right? So what you want to do for trips defense, all you're gonna do is basically hard press, hard flat your linebacker right there, crash your defensive line up, and then spy the defensive end, right? Put your guy in a blitzing angle so you get so basically registers that you're sending 3, so you get better sheds, right? And then man this guy up to the running back now, and then also you want to crash up, right? Crash up, I mean shade over the top before you put the hard flat in, so basically so you won't shade over the top after the hard flat, right? And that's the setup, right? So what you want to do, it's trips, right? So you know the common setups from trips are, if they're running X spot, they motion over that X guy. If you've seen the trips Ebook that I went over, they're gonna motion over the X guy, and then they're gonna have the tight end on the crosser. So, but if they're running this setup, which is the PA counter go setup, they do stuff like they put that running back on an angle route. Sometimes they put them on an option route. They'll do stuff like this with the flat on Y and then X on a slant, and then motion over X. Sometimes they'll put the smoke screen on X and then the slant, and then the motion over the slant. Basically what that's going to do is that's going to create this is basically testing if you're in man. If you're in zone, they have a slant over the middle of the field, right? And then they have the crosser route, and then they have the option route to test if you're in man or zone as well. So this is like their common plays. And then they also have the X spot. So with this setup, obviously I'm giving you this basic setup, but with this setup you're not going to basically, it's going to be harder to stop PA counter go with this setup for specifically, but that's why you have to, it's a guessing game. You set up stuff to kind of see what you're going to give them and what you're going to not give them, right? That's, you know what I'm saying. I have more advanced stuff in my ebook. I went over like trips defense. It's a whole guessing game. If let's say they run this, right? I'll show you guys right here. So what you would want to do, you don't have a curl flat on this, so what you're going to do, you're going to recognize, okay, what's happening. They have a crossing route coming. So boom, they have the slant over the middle of the field, right? If they read that slant and they throw it, right? You live with it, right? They take that, they lowball their slant over the middle of the field because they just lowball everything in the game. And now what happens is, now the next play, right? Instead of doing that setup, you might say, okay, they might, if you see the motion, right? This is what you got to realize. If you see that motion coming again, let's say they do something else. Let's say they run an inside zone or whatever, and then they on their fourth play of their drive, and you see that same motion, because remember, people, they can put the X on a smoke screen and then they can put the Y on the slant, right? But they can also put the Y on a flat and then put the X on a slant, and it's the same kind of concept, right? When they motion it over. So just remember that, right? But sometimes they'll have a different play, right? They might put the X on a slant and then the Y on whatever else that you don't know what they're gonna do, right? But they might try to trick you with that. But if they do that setup, right? Let's say you're just like, you know what? I seen him do this, you know what I'm saying, in this setup. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not even gonna put, you're not gonna put this linebacker in the flat over there, right? You're gonna leave that on a hook curl, because you just seen that, you know what I'm saying, when he motioned that guy over. You just remember, people kind of, they're robots, you know what I'm saying? Not most people, but even good players sometimes get robotic and they run the same setups, right? So they won't even try to like switch it and give you a different look. But obviously this is a different look, right? And it might be, I might sound like, you know what I'm saying, for some of you guys that's following me, there's a lot of things you know what I'm saying. So instead of putting that guy in a hard flat, you know that hard flat's not going to do anything for this specific setup that they're running. You recognize that in the beginning of the game, they first play that they got a lot of yards in, or there's a play that they did on like second or third and long, you know what I'm saying, to get you. So what you do is you keep that hook curl there. So now when they do it, you look, you recognize that, okay, PA counter go, boom, right there. Slant is bagged over the middle of the field with the hook curl, and you just bag the crossing route with your user, right? And then the option route was guarded with your manned up. Now they're like, okay, I can't show X spot right here, but I can't show X spot specifically right here, but what would happen is they would put the tight end on a crosser, right? So let's say they ran X spot. I can't actually show it, I'm sad, but let's say they put tight end on a crosser. If they put the tight end on the crosser, right, it's just make sure you crash up, spy your defensive end, press, crash up right there. So this is the setup, right? and then put your guy in a blitzing angle. So if they put the tight end on the crosser, your curl flat at 25-yard zone drops will guard that. If they had the B on a zig with the X spot setup that you guys know, with the B on the zig, tight end on crosser, motion over the post route, all you have to do is guard the middle of the field and then guard the option route. Check if they're, because sometimes they'll put an angle route instead of an option route because now you have backfield master and stuff like that. Just make sure that. So now for double and sail, a lot of people like to run double and sail. This is like the old double and sail from like 19. Some people still run it now. And all you're doing, because that corner route is pretty deep, sometimes they like to re-corner it because it's kind of deep. But there is going to be a little window for low balling if you man up this guy instead of keep him in a hook curl. There is a kind of window to low ball that tight end route. So what you're going to do for double and sail, what you're going to do like this is you're gonna look for the seam, come down, and guard the in route. Right now, I'll show you guys that when you do that right there, if you see double and sail, right, sometimes you might want to, instead of doing I'll show you guys right here. So shade up, put this linebacker in a hard flat. If you see they're running double and sail, sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you want to put this defensive end in a flat and then keep blitzing that other defensive end, right? And then keep this hook curl, because I'll show you guys why, right? Because if they run deep, I didn't show you guys. I didn't show you guys, but the reason why you want to do that is because sometimes with double and sail, right? I'll show you guys if they run double and sail like this, right? I'll do the same setup that we had, right? Crash up, boom, right there, like that. And so right here, right? This is the setup, right? So if they run double and sail, there is a window to low ball once they see that hook curl, because the hook curl basically keeps the guy, he eliminates the window for the low ball on the tight end, and then by the time the tight end goes on a corner route, the cloud flat is there, right? But if the tight end starts moving, there's a window to like low ball that, like right there, before your cloud flat basically backs up, right? So there is a window for that, but that's if somebody reads that, because if they see, so good players, if they see you man up that linebacker a lot, right? They see you man up that linebacker a lot. Let me see. I'm just gonna show this real quick. I'm not gonna do the whole setup, right? Let me do it. It doesn't matter. Setup is really quick. It's just like that. Boom, right there. So, if they see you man up the linebacker a lot, right? And let's say my user is going to go to the left side, right? Let's say I'm gonna simulate my user is gonna guard the seam streak first and then come down to the. So instead of going on that side, I'm guarding the seam streak. So I'm gonna simulate my user over here. If they see you man up that guy a lot, what they'll do is they'll just put that guy on a streak and then get a big chunk of yardage right there. But then that's why I say it's a mind game. It's a defensive game. It's sometimes you might want to leave that guy in the hook curl, right? If you recognize that, sometimes you might want to leave that guy in a hook curl, and sometimes you might want to just put this guy in a hard flat like that. I mean, in a cloud flat, and then sometimes you might want to let them take their table route, right? I didn't catch it, but sometimes you might want to. I'll show you guys double and sail right here. I'm just showing. It seems like this is more of an offensive stuff, but I'm trying to give you guys like different ideas on defense that you can do, because it's not just one setup. If you just came out in the setup with the curl flat, the hard flat, and the cloud flat, it's not going to stop everything. So sometimes you want to leave that cloud flat over there. You know what I'm saying? Was that a cloud flat? I think that was a hard flat. But sometimes you want to just press, crash up, defense bend spy, shade up, hard flat the linebacker, easy money. And sometimes you just want to leave that cloud flat over there. You might not even put a hard flat over there just because you want them to throw that. You want them to throw that table route. Boom. Let them get their 5-6 yards. If they're gonna take that up and down the field, and then maybe you'll play a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? You'll man him. You'll put a hard flat over there, or you'll man him up over there. You know what I'm saying? Easy money. That's what you want to do. That's trips tight end defense. Just a version of it. It's not. Nothing's really universal, right? This is probably the universal way that you can. You know what I'm saying? It's the universal. It's one of the best universal setups, but there's still plenty things that they can do, because people are going to see that your trips is a defense where you can't really guard everything. It's because there's a lot of routes. You know what I'm saying? You got post routes, you got crossing routes. Stock is the only probably formation that has post routes, crossing routes, all types of stuff. So yeah, that's what you want to do. Set up right there. Let's say they run, but you just want to make sure you recognize the setups. Try to know the setups that are coming. Recognize the stuff. Boom, right there. See right there, guard the tight end, come back, guard the in route, easy money, sniper, right? Boom, right there, guard the route bounce, send your spy if it's taking too long. Sometimes that will happen. When you do send two, that is going to happen, and they're going to have all day in the pocket. Sometimes that will happen. But yeah, that's trips tight end defense. Now for bunch, Pass defense. I'm in the Patriots playbook, so I can't really show double post and like PA dig fork, but I can show verts. So, but I'll use like PA post to simulate the double post. This is a setup that, you know what I'm saying, you can use to guard the pass defense. Basically, you just press crash up. Make sure you always crash up. Spy your defensive end. Left the screen one, the left end. Man up LB to RB. Man up B to the outside receiver. Man up the slot to the inside receiver, and then you just put this receiver in a hard flat, right? And all you're gonna want to do is man up this guy to X, right? That's basically simulate. Let me show simulating, because this was simulating kind of like bunch trail, right? If you wanted, because they in Seahawks playbook. So let's say they whatever. What did they do? They put like the running back on a wheel, right? Stuff like that. And to simulate bunch trail, they'll have something like that with the motion, but they'll have this guy on a corner route and then instead. So it's a little bit different, but it's pretty much, you know what I'm saying, same setup. I'll just motion this out. If they do run what you're guarding, you're basically just looking over the middle of the field. They do have a window to throw that corner route, just like in bunch trail. They will have a window to throw that corner route, and then you would have to basically just guard it. Now they do have the flat on the route bounce, as you can see what's open. Basically just showing you guys what's open, but a lot of this stuff else was bagged. The deep post was bagged because it has somebody manned up on it. Now, in order for them to throw that with somebody manned up on the deep post, they would have to throw it, lead pass it over the head of the receiver and in between the two safeties. Now, some people can lead pass that, but that's a hard lead pass, and it's gonna be a tough rack ag, you know what I'm saying? And you might get, it might not go, it might get picked because you have two safeties there and you have somebody manned up to him. If it wasn't somebody manned up to him, you could lead pass in between the two safeties, right? So something like this, you just seen. I'll simulate Pat Sale again, which is kind of like bunch trail, a little bit different. Make sure you spy your defensive end, right? For runners, and then crash up, always press, right? So right here, I seen that the corner route got open, so I'm gonna guard the corner route, and then I'm gonna come back, see what's open, wait for a route bounce, pressure comes home. That's simple, right? That's versus like verts and versus like I'll show you guys versus verts, right? We'll do that versus verts as well. Pretty simple, you know what I'm saying? Versus verts. You're just basically manning stuff up, and it's not really anything special. You're just manning stuff up, and then you have your zones behind it, so it's not playing man coverage. So versus verts, right? What you're gonna guard tight end, boom. And the running back route, they have a window where they can throw the running back route a little bit early, and you know what I'm saying, they have a window where they can throw the running back route early before it gets to the hard flat, and then cut it up the field, and your hard flat will be able to make a tackle on them. They'll get a few yards for it, but not everybody's gonna make that read, because what you're doing is you are guarding it. I'll show you guys right here. What you're doing is you are guarding it for a little bit, and then you're basically making your way to the and this spy kind of helps out, right? The spy kind of helps out. I'll show you guys right here, because the spy kind of makes it so they can't really throw the running back immediately. So right there, spy, you see that? So you're going right there, and then you're guarding the tight end route, boom, right there, because sometimes they like to low ball that tight end route, or they'll throw it. But if you guard it, you'll be able to make a jump on it. So you guard the little running back route for a little bit, and then peel off to the tight end route. Easy money. A lot of people won't run that stock route with the verts. They'll put a post on it, so it will beat that man coverage, and then they'll just have to throw it, and then you have to adjust to that. So double post, all you have to do pretty much is you're looking out for the drag route, the running back that beats man and gets under zones, and then the post route, right? So with this setup, this is kind of simulating double post. Obviously that post is not a real post, it's the post at a PA post, but I'm in Patriots playbook, so I didn't want to switch because I was doing a side and trips as well. So boom, man up your outside linebacker to the X guy. Now if he is on a cloud flat, if they continuously run a double post, you don't need to man that guy up, right? Because you know you can put him on a hard flat, right? Because you know that cloud flat is going to guard the double post regardless, right? So you can put him on a hard flat. But this is just continuing the setup from the play before, right? So you put this outside linebacker, the inside linebacker, cross man him to the running back. Now this is going to help and then put your slot corner on to guard the double post route. Now this slot corner, this linebacker cross man is going to be a little bit better than if you were to man up this guy on this guy, because he's going to beat him right there. But if the cross man, basically he's not coming to the line of scrimmage until this guy crosses, and then he's going to start running with him. So he's gonna be a little bit in a better position to make a tackle on that guy. So even if they dump it off to their running back, they're going to get like 3 yards. And then this is the simple setup. Now if you know the double post is coming and they keep running it, just put this linebacker in a hard flat so you can guard the drag route. So all you have to really do if for something like this is you have to guard that slot guy, which is this guy. Now they like to put him on a drag. Good players like to motion him over on a slant. Some people would like to put him on a hitch. Some people like to, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that different people like to do. So some people will put him on a slant. Some people if they see that you're just stopping their slot, they'll do something else. And the spot is defensive end. The spot defensive end actually helps a little bit, especially if you guys have a tall guy there. You can get, you know what I'm saying, a jump over like a low ball. If they low ball like double post or something, if they beat the man coverage, you can get, like if you have a JJ Watt there, he'll just pick it off a lot of the times. So right there, what you were doing, you're guarding the drag, right? Boom, right there. And it's, you know what I'm saying, if you didn't have, I'll show you guys what's going to be open if you didn't have send the spy if it takes too long. I wasn't paying attention. Now if you just man that, let's say you were trying to guard like Verts or bunch trail or something like that, and you man this guy up right there, and this is the same setup, pretty similar setup to what you was doing before, right? What they do have with the bunch, with this PA post setup, right, they do have this right there, and they do have the tight end flat route. Like they could throw that tight end flat route, but what you're going to guard right here, you're going to guard the running back, and then you're going to guard the drag a little bit. They could throw that drag. Their corner route won't be open, but they could be able to throw that drag if you don't guard the drag, right? It happens, right? Also, what they have is they have this right there. This is the setup. They have this tight end route, right? You can always throw their flats. You're basically, with this setup, you're pretty much giving your flats. You're going to give the tight end flat, so they can throw that right there. And then if they have somebody good, I have a controller with no buttons, so that's why you hear that. So if they have somebody good, they can take that, you know what I'm saying, take that flat route every single time versus your that's crazy. I'll let the whole play action run because I didn't set up the play. So yeah, they can take their flats. That's what you're gonna give up. You got to notice you're gonna give up those flats, and then basically you can set it up with the other setup. If you realize, okay, maybe I'm giving up the flats too much, maybe you know what I'm saying, you hit them with this setup real quick, with the same setup from the other way, and then now you know you have that guy guarded and that guy guarded. So what you're gonna do now, it's your responsibility, right? Hold on, right here. It's your responsibility to guard the running back, right? So you're gonna guard the running back, and then you're gonna let him dump over to the flat. Simple setup. That's it. That's pass defense from bunch. Pretty simple. Like obviously you have to basically get adjusted and make your own adjustments, what they're running, what they like to do, and that's when it comes into a chess game. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and shout out to all of y'all buying the ebook. Offense will be out soon. A lot of y'all saying that y'all like it. I think like, yeah. So I'm out. Peace.